Issue press statement of Dr. B.D. Chakma MLA Vice President, BJP Mizoram Pradesh, in connection with SCB case number 2 of 2019 under Section 13, subsection 2 of Mizoram Prevention of Corruption Act 1988 in the Court of Special Judge, Mizoram. Statement. I was first elected as a member of Chakma Autonomous District Council from Barapansui 2 MDC constituency in 2008 with INC ticket and become the executive member in charge school education. Again, in the month of April 2013, I contested from the same MDC constituency and got elected for second consecutive term and became the chief executive member of CADC. I held the post of chief executive member from April to November 2013. Thereafter, in the month of November 2013, I contested 7th General Legislative Assembly election of Mizoram with INC ticket from 36 Tuichong ST Assembly constituency and became the Minister of State in charge Fisheries and Sericulture. After becoming a Minister of State, I resigned from the post of Chief Executive Member CADC in 2013. Again in 2018, I contested the 8th General Legislative Assembly election of Mizoram from the same MLA constituency with BJP ticket, and now I am the lone BJP MLA in 40-member Assembly of Mizoram. Since the inception of Mizoram's 3 autonomous district council, the fund in the form of grant in aid from the state are released to the autonomous district council in installment basis in every 4 months in a financial year. And due to this system, there is no regularity in disbursement of salaries to the ADC employees. And due to this, the elected members of district council are the worst sufferer. The monthly salaries of an MDC and EM and the chief executive member are rupees 53,000, 62,000 and 63,000 per month respectively. This salary is just enough to meet the family expenditure only for the elected members of an ADC. But there is a constant public pressure in the form of meeting their petty demands like feeding the guests, medical treatment, educational expenses, marriage, rites, rituals, etc. Due to this kind of routine public pressure on our day-to-day lives, we do not have any other option but to take salary advances from the Executive Secretary of Chakma Autonomous District Council. Whenever we take such salary advances, we always receive them after putting proper signature against such pay advances, and we used to refund such salary advances from our subsequent salaries. This whole process is done in good faith under the good mutual understanding between the executive committee and the executive secretary. When I was the CEM of CADC, I still clearly remember that the then executive member, Sri Digambar Chakma, used to say to my colleagues, "Sir, if you have any financial problem to solve the demands of your constituency people, please feel free to ask me for pay advances. I am always ready to help you all." Moreover, Digambar Chakma confessed that the payment of salaries in advance to the employees was not illegal, as it is reflected in the judgment order, para 52, sub para 5. So it is clear that we neither committed any illegality nor we applied any political influence or coercion on the executive secretaries to draw our salaries advances as such as alleged by the executive secretaries. They rather said so due to forceful intimidation by the case IO during their investigation to just implicate us in this corruption charge. If we had really applied our political influence or coercion on the executive secretaries, to give us pay advances, why did not they approach the state authority against us? Moreover, we did not take this amount for our personal pleasure. Rather we took them to solve the various petty demands of our constituency people. All the amounts were taken at different times while we were discharging our duties as the elected public leaders. Now, let me come to clarify as to why our payment of salary advances remain unpaid for such a long time. Both the executive secretaries might have never maintained any proper accounting on our salary advances and adjustment at the time of disbursement of salaries to the employees, including the MDCs. And due to our busy schedules, sometimes we just used to tell them verbally to deduct our salaries to adjust such salary advances, and we seldom put our signature in such payment registers. So, we still doubt that they might have some ill motive to siphon out some amount out of such recoveries of our pay advances, and that was why they neither informed us verbally nor in writing that we still had that much liabilities against our salary advances. It was only after the issue of the letter to Executive Secretary CIDC by one Pu Zoming Thanga, the then Undersecretary, District Council and Minority Affairs Department, Government of Mizoram, dated on 11th July 2017, that we came to know that we still had unpaid salary advances. Most surprisingly, they even did not inform me about it when I was handing over the charge of CEM to my successor in late 2013. But as soon as we received this letter from DCNMA department, we immediately refunded all our pay advances to the Executive Secretary CIDC within a days in 2017. And he issued liabilities clearance certificate to us with an official intimation to Undersecretary DCNMA dated Kamalanagar on 19th October 2017. So it is clear that in 2017 we have cleared all our pay advances to the Executive Secretary, and that information was also intimated to the concerned DCNMA department. And it was the first, I was the first such leader who cleared my dues on 17th August 2017 through check. In a nutshell, it was the fault of two executive secretaries for remaining our pending liabilities for such a long time, and they are the ones who to be punished due to negligence of their official duties. But ironically, the case IO, instead of making them the prime accused, the case IO turned them into prosecution witness or approvers. In spite of clearance of all pending advances by us in 2017, and also in spite of receiving proper official information from the Executive Secretary of CIDC, Pu Zoming Thanga, Undersecretary DCNMA, still filed an FIR to the Director of SCB against us on 18/4/2018 only. In 2017, we have cleared all our pending liabilities, but in April 2000 only, Pu Zoming Thanga lost FIR against us to the SCB Director. That in the judgment order, it is clearly written under Para 2 of page 7. And the SCB registered a case against us. The case IO during his investigation clearly knew that all the accused persons had already refunded their pay advances well before the FIR was lodged. In spite of knowing this, he further proceeded the case and submitted the charge sheet on 26 April 2019 only, after a gap of almost around 2 years. In spite of clearing our pay advances, the case IO charge sheeted us. So, is it not like a double punishment for a single case? In one hand, we have already cleared our dues, but in the other hand, they have registered the case against us. So it is just like a double punishment. This is nothing but a conspiracy against us to malign our political images especially two of us. One is myself, Dr. B.D. Chakma, and another is the incumbent CEM of CADC, Sri Buddolila Chakma, who had never lost in any election till that. That is proudly we can say. Both of us won the last 4 elections without any defeat, without any break. In the instant case, it was strongly alleged that we have misappropriated an amount of rupees 1,51,73,238 rupees in the form of taking pay advances out of special plan assistance, in short SPA, and thereby hampering the developmental works of CADC. Under SPA, CADC received 3,20,000 on 27/3/2014 only. Please note it down. 27/3/2014 under SPA, first grant was given amounting to rupees 3,20 lakhs, and another grant amounting to rupees 2,87 lakhs on 27/3/2015 only from the government of Mizoram. But during that time, I was not the CEM. I was here as the Minister of State of Mizoram. Digambar Chakma, the then Executive Secretary, clearly confessed that less than 5% of this developmental fund was given out by him as the pay advances to the employees, only less than 5%. So, how can a developmental work be hampered by just merely giving out only less than 5% of that such project amount? It is in the judgment order, para 52 sub para 4, it is clearly confessed. In the judgment order, it is clearly confessed by the Executive Secretary that less than 5% of the project amount have been just given a temporary as salary advances. Moreover, during the implementation of this spare fund, I was in no way involved because by that time I became the Minister of State of Mizoram. So the allegations are fully baseless and we strongly deny them. Thank you very much. Thank you all.